At exactly 6:02 a.m., a Russian Mi-8 helicopter lifted off from a forward base in northeastern Ukraine. Inside, a full squad of assault troops. Their mission? Reach Ukrainian positions before sunrise. Everything about the flight was routine. Low altitude, no radio chatter, following roads to stay hidden from radar. To the pilots, it felt like just another mission. But what they didn't know? They were already being hunted, and not by missiles, not by jets, but by 3 men, sitting silently in the fog, waiting. Since 4 hours a.m., each one holding a modified FPV drone, basically racing drones turned into flying weapons, and in less than 25 minutes, they were about to attempt something never done before in modern warfare. Miles away, 3 Ukrainian operators felt their phones buzz at the same time. A signal. The helicopter had been detected, not by radar, not by satellites, but by sound. Hidden across the landscape was a network of tiny acoustic sensors, disguised inside rocks, trash, even broken phones. Each one listening, waiting for a very specific signature, the deep, low-frequency thump of helicopter blades. When the Mi-8 entered range, the system picked it up instantly. Multiple sensors recorded the exact moment the sound arrived, and using that tiny difference in time, they calculated its exact position. This is called triangulation, and it was accurate to within 50 meters, from kilometers away. Think of it like Shazam, but instead of recognizing music, it identifies aircraft. The operators quickly spread out, one covering the main highway, another watching the northern route, the third positioned near a river valley, because if they missed this chance, that helicopter would reach Ukrainian lines, and everything would change. The first signal came in, rotor frequency confirmed, speed 150 kilometers per hour, altitude 40 meters, low, fast, invisible. The helicopter was hugging the terrain, avoiding detection. But nature had just changed the game. A temperature inversion had formed in the morning air. That meant sound waves were bending back toward the ground, traveling farther than normal. What should have been a 2-kilometer detection range became 5. The helicopter had no idea, but it was broadcasting its position like a beacon. One operator launched a scouting drone. Another began calculating intercept angles. They weren't chasing the helicopter. That was impossible. Instead, they were predicting where it would be and getting there first. But then, everything started going wrong. One drone failed to connect, another lost signal in the thickening fog, and the third, it flew straight into a wall of white, complete zero visibility. No video feed, no visual reference, just static. The operator was now flying blind, guided only by math and instinct. Meanwhile, the helicopter changed course. Instead of staying on the main road, it turned onto a smaller dirt path. Unexpected, unpredictable, dangerous. Now the operators had only minutes to adjust. Back on the ground, one operator rushed to fix his drone. It wasn't military grade, no advanced systems, just a homemade machine built from racing parts and a repurposed RPG warhead. Wires held together with glue, connections barely stable. One mistake, and it wouldn't fire. But there was no time. He launched anyway. Up in the sky, another drone disappeared completely into fog. No visuals, just instruments. And a voice in his ear giving updates. Bearing 290. Turning west. He adjusted course blindly, trusting physics, because no matter what, the helicopter had limits. It couldn't climb higher. Radar would detect it. It couldn't leave the road. Too risky. It had to follow a predictable path, and that was its weakness. At 6:21 a.m., the helicopter burst out of the fog, exactly where predicted, right on the path, right on time. The lead operator checked his battery, 60%. Distance, 3 kilometers. Problem: his drone maxed out at 100 km/h. The helicopter was flying at 150. Chasing it was impossible. But intercepting it? That was still on the table. He pushed forward, every second counted. Battery draining faster in the cold air, signal barely holding, but somehow he reached the intercept point. And then he did something insane. He stopped, hovered, right beside the road, waiting. Behind the scenes, Russian electronic warfare systems were trying to jam the drones. But they couldn't, because these drones used frequency-hopping control systems, constantly switching channels, hundreds of times per second. By the time you detect the signal, it's already gone, back on the ground. The operator listened, not with eyes, with sound. The rotor blades were getting louder, closer, faster, and seconds out. Then suddenly, a flash. Sunlight hit the helicopter's cockpit for just a split second, but it was enough. Distance confirmed. Altitude confirmed. Everything aligned. The helicopter was now just 300 meters away. And seconds from passing overhead, completely unaware, at 6:24 a.m., it flew directly above, and in that moment, the operator made his move, full throttle. The drone shot upward, straight into the helicopter's path. The air turned violent. Rotor wash slammed into the drone, spinning it wildly, signal breaking, visibility gone, but the operator held control. Barely. The closing speed was slow, painfully slow. Every second felt like forever. Then impact. The warhead detonated instantly. Focused jet of molten copper blasted forward at extreme velocity, a principle known as the Monroe effect. It sliced through the helicopter like it wasn't even there. Within seconds, fire, explosion, and then silence. The helicopter crashed into the ground below. Mission over. Moments later, a secondary drone captured the aftermath. Proof, history, a $500 drone had just taken down a military helicopter. Something experts once believed was nearly impossible. This wasn't luck, this wasn't chance, this was planning, precision, and a perfect combination of technology, physics, and timing. And this moment may have just changed modern warfare forever. If you want more real-world stories like this, where technology changes the rules of war overnight, make sure to hit subscribe, because the next evolution is already happening.